Welcome everybody. It's lovely to see you all coming in. And just whilst we're waiting for everyone to join, we'd love you just to pop in the chat where you're from, what it is you do, which part of the UK you're in. If you're in the UK, you might not be in the UK, you might be somewhere else. So go along and share that with us. We'd love to hear what part of health and well-being that you're from and where you are. And just go ahead and type that in the chat. And feel free also, hi Lisa, thanks for joining us today. We would love also, don't feel you've got to have your videos on. I know it's lunchtime and we're really grateful for you giving up your time today. So if you're eating your lunch, that's fine to have your camera off. Hi Morag, lovely to see you. Chris. And hi Ulrika. So I think it's gone one, so I think we'll get going. We want to be mindful of your time. And hi Chrissy. And so Chrissy's a PT and teaches group exercise up there in Warwickshire. Hi, lovely to see you. Paula, based in Devon. Wow, we are from all parts of the UK. So great to see you. I'm going to get started now. And as I said, feel free to have your cameras off if you're having your lunch and doing something else at the same time. We're really excited to share this information with you today, and we really appreciate you giving up your time to join us. So I'd just like to run through a few things that we're going to be covering today with you. So today we're going to share a very simple system of how you can help your clients reset their microbiome with a science-based program that unlocks their ability to reach optimum health and well-being. And I think that's what we all want for our clients. We're also going to share information with you that will help you create a more bespoke client service that adds additional value to the programs and packages you're offering. And don't worry, if you don't have packages at the moment, you are still in the right place. These systems will be a great starting place for you. And we're also going to discuss why quality is key when a client comes to you and asks for advice about supplementation, because your clients always see you as the go-to person. You've built up that rapport with them and they trust your advice. So we want to make sure that we are giving them the best advice that we can. We're also going to discuss why quality is key, as I was just saying, and all of these aspects we're discussing here today will allow you to add value to your client's experience. And after all, I'm sure you all agree that getting the best outcome for our clients is paramount. It not only builds our reputation, but it also increases the number of referrals, so that we have a stream of clients coming to us rather than us having to seek out our clients. So I'm here today with my good friends and colleagues, Sue Thomas and John Burgess, and we'll be sharing some great content with you. So I'm going to kick off with an introduction to myself. My name's Emma Batchel. I'm a menopause wellbeing coach, and I've been in health, fitness and wellbeing 25 years next month. So I think between us, John, Sue and myself, we've got well over 60 years of experience in health, fitness and wellbeing. But when I first started out as a PT, it was very evident to me that it wasn't just about a big bicep, a flat stomach or running that marathon. It was much more than that. It was about what was going on in someone's mind and how they were fueling themselves, what nutrition were they giving themselves. And over the years, I've gathered up skills from both Eastern and Western philosophies around which I now base my work. And a big part of that is gut health. It really is the key to unlocking your clients' health and well-being. So there has never been a better time to be involved in the well-being sector. There's huge growth in the market of people wanting to improve their health and their long-term well-being. However, on the flip side, in the health and fitness industry, we're seeing classes being squeezed in the gym, they're being moved online, payments reducing as gyms restructure, payments not increasing in line with inflation, and the list goes on. There's more and more competition out there in the market. It's getting harder to stand out in the noise of social media. It's getting harder in the health and wellbeing industry to make a good income when we are only exchanging time for money. And today we're going to show you how you can step out of that chaos and create a solid foundation for your business by providing lots of value, new systems, and to reignite your passion for your business, especially if you've struggled over the past 2 years in the pandemic and it has had an impact on your business. So today we'll show you how you can move away from the model of exchanging time for money and start to support your clients in a different way that will help them get improved results. So I'm going to hand over now to my good friend Sue Thomas. Sue is a nutritional therapist, formerly a PT, and Sue is a font of knowledge when it comes to nutrition and gut health. So I'm going to hand over to you now, Sue.
Oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us this lunchtime. Really do appreciate you giving up your time. So as Emma said, I'm Sue Thomas. I'm a nutritional therapist. I've been a nutritional therapist for the last 8 years. And previous to that, I was a personal trainer. And I started my personal training journey in 2002. Couldn't get my words out there. 2002, when my first child was born, because I wanted it to fit around my lifestyle. And I've gone from there coaching, and I coach and support women, empower them to break their addiction to sugar. And I do that by a number of different techniques, specifically our 21-day nutrition program that I'm going to talk to you, gut health program that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today. So I'm just going to share my screen with you and then get into the presentation. Emma, could you just give me a thumbs up that you can see that okay? Yeah, great. So when I was first personal training, my clients would come to me and would be looking to obviously improve their health, to improve their mental well-being, but in a lot of cases looking to manage their weight. Now, 80 to 90% of my clients I could get that result for when I was personal training, but there was just that 10% of clients that sometimes it took longer for them to see the result, or they didn't move as quickly as they felt they should be moving. And at this point, I wasn't a nutritional therapist. I was just focused on personal training, and I was obviously learning and growing my knowledge all the way along, and we were looking at hormones and that kind of thing. But at this point, I didn't understand the importance of someone's gut health. Fast forward, I started my business in 2002. Fast forward about 6 or 7 years, and I had a streptococcal knee infection. Normally you get a streptococcal infection in the back of your throat. For whatever reason, I got this infection in my knee, and I ended up on 25 days of antibiotics, quite high dose antibiotics, to the point where they wanted to take me into hospital to give me intravenous. But because I had young children at the time, I wasn't ready to do that. So I had these very high dose oral antibiotics. I was still personal training. I wasn't resting, which is pretty classic for a personal trainer, thinking that they can be all and do all and serve their clients and manage their life around it as well. And fast forward 4 years, and I was really struggling. I was having to take a sleep in the afternoon. I wasn't serving my clients as effectively as I should have been serving them, because I was just exhausted all the time, and I was no longer walking the talk. Now, I'm someone who feels that it's really important to walk the talk in their well-being industry, and so I needed to get on top of what it was that was causing me this issue. At that time, I never made the association between those antibiotics that I'd taken and where I was now 4 years later, exhausted for the majority of the time. And I went to see my own nutritional therapist, and she started me going down the road of gut health and understanding more about gut health and how it impacts us on a day-to-day basis. And that, for my own personal journey and starting to focus on improving my gut microbiome, meant I could begin to bring some of these techniques into the programs that I was offering with my clients. Let's just understand a little bit more about the role that gut health has in the body. So we have these 5 pillars of health: exercise and movement, sleep, hydration, nutrition, and mindset. They make up the jigsaw of our 5 pillars of health. But underneath all of that, the foundation to all of those 5 pillars is the gut microbiome. And understanding how the gut microbiome works was for me transformational in my business, because it was those 10% of clients that I wasn't able to get the result for, that I now knew exactly what I needed to do to help them improve their long-term well-being. But it wasn't just that 10%. I applied the knowledge that I had gained around the gut microbiome to right the way across my business, to help my clients, to serve my clients, to give them a better service than I was already giving them. I considered a good service because I kept my clients for a long period of time. I had lots of referrals. So they were obviously happy with the service I was providing them. But this allowed me to just take it up another level. When I started to look into the gut microbiome in more detail, into gut health, I was able to really understand what I needed to do to help my clients on a much deeper level to help them get that result. Now, the microbiome is something that has become really quite familiar in the media over the last few years. You can see here The Guardian. There was Michael Mosley talks about it. He's got his gut recipe book, gut rehab recipe book. He brings it into his 5-2 program. It's talked about on a much more wider basis than it was way back in kind of 2010, when I was struggling with my exhaustion and my gut health. Television programs, you name it, the mainstream media is starting to embrace and understand how important the gut microbiome is to our long-term well-being. What is the gut microbiome? What does it achieve? What does it do for us? Well, of all the cells, the hundreds and trillions of cells that we are made up of, we're actually only 10% human. Only 10% of the cells we're made up of are our DNA. We are made up of bacteria, fungi, microbes, you name it. We are made up of this microbiome that sits on our skin, that sits in our intestine, that sits in the birth canal for a female. It's so important, this microbiome, and it's only really in recent years they've started to understand just what that role is that the gut microbiome plays for our body. It weighs about 2 kilograms, actually, the gut microbiome does, when you add up all that bacteria together. And it's actually being started to be talked about now as the kind of 6th organ, the organ that is just as important as the liver and the gut and the heart, and it has a role to play across the body. It will impact the quality of our clients' sleep. It will impact the quality of the ability of our clients to be able to manage their weight effectively. It will impact immunity. Your immune system, 90% of your immune system is supported and in the gut, and with those microbes that are in the gut as well. And if it's not working efficiently, this can have a huge impact across the rest of the body. It's so important to have the right balance of good bacteria to bad bacteria in the gut microbiome. And Hippocrates, many, many years ago, was way ahead of his time when he said all disease begins in the gut. And it really does. When our gut microbiome is out of balance, when we're in a place of dysbiosis, that can have a real impact on how we feel on a daily basis. So we should have this balance of good bacteria to bad bacteria. And we need some bad bacteria in there to keep the good bacteria on their toes, essentially. But the good bacteria have this role in helping to produce the neurotransmitters in the body, in helping to prevent pathogens and microbes from passing across the gut wall. They have a role to play in hormone balance now. There's lots of evidence to show that the good bacteria will create enzymes that help to prevent us from absorbing chemical estrogens, xenoestrogens, which will allow for women who are struggling with menopause, for example, to manage their menopause symptoms much more effectively. So having a really strong, vibrant, diverse range of bacteria, good bacteria in the intestine, is super, super important. And consequence of 21st century life means that the range and diversity of good bacteria in the intestine is now starting to be really flattened. So whereas we would have had, hundreds of thousands of species in the intestine, is starting to reduce. The good bacteria, the range of good bacteria is starting to reduce. And that in itself can have a knock-on effect. So even though you might think that you've got this, you're there as far as your gut bacterial balance is concerned, if it's not a diverse range, that in itself can also have an impact on our long-term well-being. We should have 85% good bacteria, and 15% bad bacteria in the intestine. And most people are the other way. Most people have about 85% bad bacteria and 15% good bacteria. And this has a huge consequence. It not only affects our immunity, it affects our energy levels, it affects our ability to be able to sleep, it affects our ability to be able to manage our weight. You name it, that makeup of good bacteria to bad bacteria is essential for long-term well-being. How can you tell if you or your clients have got an under-functioning intestine? Well, they might just have this underlying kind of nagging feeling. This was me back in 2010 when my gut was out of alignment. There was nothing specifically wrong with me. I just was exhausted. That was all. I had to sleep in the afternoon. I didn't have necessarily anything that I could say there's pain here or my nose was blocked or anything like that. I just felt exhausted all the time. Any tests I went to the doctors for showed that there was nothing wrong with me, because they weren't testing for gut microbiome, they were testing for thyroid function, or they were testing for where my hormones were and this kind of thing. And they all came back negative. They all came back that I was perfectly okay. So I had this underlying feeling that I knew something was wrong. Now, your clients might be exhibiting brain fog, poor memory, lack of concentration. They might always be getting sick. We've all got those clients who are constantly cancelling because they've got another cold or there's something else that is wrong with them. Struggling with bloating and indigestion, discomfort after eating, all of these are signs that the gut is out of alignment. Now, if you are, the body is a really sophisticated machine. It can tell us if there's something wrong, but we've stopped listening to it. So bloating and indigestion is a sign that your digestive system needs support, that your client's digestive system needs support. Sugar cravings and weight gain, low mood, anxiety, all of this can be linked to the health of the intestine. Now, what causes an imbalance? And actually, in my practice, when I'm working with clients and I'm helping them to understand how they can reset their intestine, I can usually trace back to an early childhood of something that has happened that's had an impact on their gut microbiome. It might be regular use of antibiotics as a child because they were having tonsillitis or ear infections. It might be that they were C-section birth. When we're C-section birth, when we're in natural birth, we take gulps of fluid as we pass down the birth canal. And if we're C-section, we don't get that opportunity to take those gulps of fluid. So the gut microbiome is being compromised in its ability to be able to form, because those gulps of fluid are full of bacteria that help the gut microbiome to form. Overconsumption of sugar, overconsumption of alcohol, all of these things will have an impact on the health of the good bacteria. Long-term stress and exposure to toxicity. All of these medications, these are all things that happen in 21st century life that we may not make the association with them having an impact on our gut microbiome. And that's not to say that any of these things aren't important. Well, alcohol and sugar perhaps not important, but medication has a role to play in 21st century life. However, it's understanding what we need to do to repair the gut microbiome post having to take those either antibiotics or any kind of medication. It's understanding what we need to do in order to repair the damage that has been done. We have a strong connection between our gut and our brain. Anxiety is on the rise. Antidepressants are being prescribed like they are sweets. But that's actually causing a real issue, because they're destroying what will keep us in the right frame of mind, which will help to reduce anxiety. The gut bacteria, the gut-brain connection is really strong. That gut feeling, I'm going to trust my gut, I'm sick to my stomach, I've got butterflies, all of those things are signs that the gut has a real role to play in the body. We've got three brains: our normal brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain. And our gut brain is really, really powerful. And if we can listen to it, we can really start to improve our long-term well-being. And it can make a huge difference to the results that we can achieve with our clients if we can get their gut health working properly. If we can get that foundation of their well-being in place, then we can work on their mindset. Then we can work on their physical ability and their movement. We can continue to build their nutrition, make sure they're staying hydrated, and improve their sleep. And all of these things will have a knock-on effect to long-term well-being. Lots of research now to show that weight loss is directly linked to the health of the good bacteria. The gut microbes, there was a study done where they took twins who were two twins, or not just two twins, but a number of twins, one of whom was overweight, in the overweight category, and one of whom was lean. And they took the microbes from those sets of twins, and they implanted them into mice that had been living in sterile environments. So they were exactly the same mice. They were all living in the same sterile environment. And what ended up happening, they followed the same low-fat, high-fiber diet, but without fail, all of those mice that had received the gut microbes from the overweight twin became overweight, increased their body fat. And those that had the microbes from the lean twin stayed lean. So there's lots of evidence now to show that those gut microbes can have a huge impact on our clients' ability to be able to manage their weight. And in the wellness industry, a lot of clients do come to us wanting support and help with how they can shift stubborn weight, how they can manage their weight more effectively. According to the book by Julia Enders, which is a great book. If you haven't read it, go and seek it out. 95% of our serotonin is produced in the cells in our gut. So is our melatonin. Melatonin helps us sleep. Serotonin helps us feel good. We could do so much for our clients to help them avoid medication, to help them manage anxiety, to help them manage their weight, if we are understanding how important the gut microbiome is. So you really are what you eat, but actually, more importantly, you are what you absorb. If your gut is not working efficiently and is not absorbing things across the gut wall because there's a dysbiosis in our gut bacteria, then we're not going to be absorbing the right nutrients. So those clients that I had that I was struggling to get them moving and getting that result for them, had I known then what I know now in terms of how the gut microbiome has an impact on their weight management, how it has an impact on their sleep, I could have been working with them on a more detailed basis. So we are fortunate to have at our fingertips a 21-day gut reset, intestinal reset program that allows or encourages and supports the balance of the good bacteria. It clears out all the rubbishy bacteria and supports and nourishes all the good bacteria to help clients rebalance their gut microbiome. This program is a clinically trialed 21-day program from our partner company Synergy Worldwide, and it gets phenomenal results. Every client that I take through this program gets phenomenal results, whether it is helping a client to come off thyroxine, whether it is helping them to balance out and get rid of the metformin for their type 2 diabetes, or whether it is just helping them to perform better in exercise and live a more full and vibrant life every single day, so that they can be there for their children, so they can be there for the rest of their family. It improves energy and vitality. This gut microbiome, the Purify program, which is the clinically trialed program that's part of this 21-day program. It improves aches and pains. There's lots of research to show that referred pain in our joints is linked to inflammation around our gut. It improves sleep, melatonin production, and energy levels, reduces weight and helps to reduce bloating. It can improve sports performance and exercise, ability to exercise, improve mood, that gut-brain connection, helps to get rid of all the yeast that causes sugar cravings. It helps clients cope with stress better. When we're internally balanced, we can cope with external stress so much better. And it really gives a focus over 21 days to kick bad habits. And it gets fantastic results. It is a 21-day targeted supplementation program that goes alongside good, wholesome, clean eating. You cut out the crap, caffeine, refined sugar, alcohol, and processed food, and focus on nourishing the body with 3 really good meals a day. Lots of good fatty acids in there, lots of good quality protein, lots of colours on your plate. It is about resetting the health of the microbiome with the support of these targeted clinically trialed supplements. 5 supplements. I'm not going to go into them in lots of detail. But the BioMD-T basically cleans the wall of the intestine, heals the gut wall. The Biome-Actives is your pre and probiotic. We feed the good bacteria and support them to become more diverse. Body Prime in the middle there is a magnesium supplement that gets fabulous results for every single client that I've used that supplement with, whether it's from sleep through to gut motility and not the waste not moving through their intestine effectively. ProArginine, our flagship product, which improves our cardiovascular function and gets nutrients around the body really efficiently. And our Biome Shake, which is a pea protein, gluten-free pea protein designed to help keep blood sugars balanced. And when blood sugars are balanced and the gut is working effectively, our clients can absolutely accelerate their results. Now, my business has expanded massively since I have started using this Purify program within my business, and the results that I've been able to achieve for my clients have been phenomenal. And I now don't market my Purify program because I get so many referrals. I don't need to do that. I have clients that refer to me time and time again, and we'll come back and do it again on an annual basis as well. It is a phenomenal program that, as an addition to your current business, can make all the difference, especially in times like pandemics where we can't see clients face to face. It can just create that constant recurring revenue within your business. And for me, that is super important. I know that I need to have my business made up of a number of different income streams, and this Purify program absolutely allows me to do that. So I'm going to stop my share now, and I'm going to hand back to Emma, who is going to talk through with you another tool that we have at our fingertips, using in partnership with Synergy Worldwide. So I'm going to hand back to you, Emma.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you so much for sharing how the Purify program is working for you in your business, not just for your own client results, but also from a business perspective for you as well. And I can echo everything Sue said. You know, it's been phenomenal for my business and the clients that I've been achievements that we've been able to get, really moving our client forward. You know, often we work with clients and we can only get them to a particular spot, and there's maybe, you know, 20% of their health that we still can't achieve. But honestly, when we start to consider their gut health, you know, we can get those phenomenal results for them. So what about, you know, we know that the gut health is the foundation for our health, and it really does give us this unique selling point. But what about if you could give your clients a personalized blueprint? You know, what about the science of things you cannot see, you know, that have a direct effect on the health and well-being of our clients and the results our clients can achieve? So I'd love to share with you about our genetic DNA program. So as I was saying, you know, it would be amazing, wouldn't it, to be able to, let me just put my slideshow on properly, and let me know. Maybe Sue, if you could just give me a thumbs up to say we can see that. Fantastic. So, you know, we've got this opportunity to give our clients this personalized roadmap, or you might want to consider it like I do as a blueprint, that is really going to give us more information as to what is going on behind the scenes for our clients. And this program that we have for is called My Genetic Body. And it really does go that deeper level. Synergy Worldwide, who produced the Purify kit that Sue has been talking about, have given us access to an innovative DNA testing program called My Genetic Body. And it's a program that allows us to create a bespoke program for your clients. And your clients can really get clear on what it is their body needs to help their longevity and allow their health span to match their lifespan by implementing these bespoke changes. So how does it work? Well, it's a simple DNA test, saliva swab, and this gets sent off to a lab in Austria, and we get a 200-page report. This is my genetic Bible, and we get this fabulous report, and it looks, as well as the genes we're looking at, it also looks at 900 different foods that are going to be either supportive of our genetic type or not supportive of our genetic type. So that's huge. It completely takes the guesswork out of nutritional programs for our clients. So then we get that report, and we can start implementing that report with our clients to get them the better results. So Synergy Worldwide have teamed up with a laboratory in Austria called Novogenia, and they operate to a very high standard. John will be talking about the importance of quality a little later on. And Synergy are so sincere about the testing and the quality of their products. So it was really important that the company that they teamed up matched their gold standard as far as supplementation is concerned. And it was paramount that whoever they partnered with had those same values and standards and certifications. So Novogenia are very rigorous in their testing and quality, and they hold numerous certificates and quality assurances that exceed international standards, and their genetic test is based on extensive scientific research. And I don't know about you, but it's really important that whatever I'm using with my clients is backed by science. And we know that Synergy have that, which John will be talking about in a little while, but also the fact that the lab they're using for our DNA testing also has those same standards in scientific research. So it makes Novogenia a great partner for Synergy Worldwide. So what is included in My Genetic Body testing? Well, they look at 61 different genes. So if we're looking at the slide in front of us, we're looking at the genes which relate to our heart, looks at genes that relate to our detoxification abilities. So, whether we can detoxify from heavy metals effectively, whether we can detoxify effectively from soot, smoke, ash. All of these things will have a huge implication on the health and well-being of our clients. And our health today is not just a snapshot of today. As Sue was saying, it's our whole life. And so sometimes clients present with health issues, and whatever we do, we just can't get to the bottom of it. But if we understand how their body is detoxifying, that opens up a whole different picture for us to be able to help support them. It looks at your bone health, it looks at your oxidative stress, it looks at your brain function, a client's metabolism. So many things that we can get insights and information from the science that we cannot see on the outside. So if we look here now at the different systems, how would it be if we could give our clients information on the specific vitamins and minerals that they actually needed? How would it be if we could help our clients understand their injury risk and the risk of internal inflammation? Again, how many of us try and work out and guesstimate what macros our clients should be using? So how would it be if we had this genetic information that told us what percentage of macros our clients should be having for their specific genetic type? And what about if we could help support our clients understand about their VO2 max and their oxygen uptake? And if it was below par, how could we help them home in on increasing their VO2 max, their oxygen consumption? We've already spoken about detoxification, but what about stress in their cells that might also be creating that inflammation, which is leading to health issues that we can't deal with because we don't know without the genetic type what that client is more predisposed to. And as health and wellness professionals, how amazing would it be for us to be able to find out genetically what kind of muscle fibers our clients are predisposed to? So this gives us insights as to whether that client is more endurance based or whether our clients are more, great for strength and short bursts of energy, or maybe they're somewhere in the middle and actually we can train them in both ways. So this is really a great insight, as I was saying, to be able to help us support our clients so that we can help them to get better results and maximize on their health and well-being. So there is so much data, and we cannot dispute your DNA. Your DNA is there for you, and it's very simple to deliver the DNA program, and you don't need a qualification. We will take you through this process step by step, and we'll show you how to evaluate your client's results. So imagine the power of understanding your client's DNA and knowing exactly what it is your client needs for optimum health, well-being, and performance. So for those clients that maybe aren't quite ready to take on the My Genetic Body DNA program, we have another fabulous tool that we have at our fingertips, and this is called the Lifestyle System. It's a questionnaire that you can use with our clients on an initial consultation, and it's a great way to get more information about our clients' overall well-being by using these questions, and it opens up a dialogue with them. And it's a great lead magnet. If you're looking for a lead magnet to open up your funnel, your client funnel, the lifestyle analysis is a great addition to your business. It's been created by doctors, nutritionalists, herbologists at Synergy's Q Centre for Research and Innovation. So, all of these questions relate to different body systems. You've got digestive, intestinal, circulatory, nervous system, immune, the respiratory, urinary, glandular, and structural. So it covers a whole range of different body systems. And by answering these simple questions, we can plot on a graph and we can work out exactly where our client's health is at this point of time. Obviously, it's not as informative as the hidden science from the genetic DNA, but it's a great starting place. And then we can look and see which body systems need the most help at this moment in time, and we can recommend a specific organic supplement program that they might want to go on, that again will help their overall health and well-being. So if you are ready to help your clients discover a personalized roadmap or a blueprint to get better choices and increase their overall health and wellness, the DNA program, My Genetic Body, Lifestyle Analysis are great, simple tools that you can implement into your business and will also give you that secondary income stream. So I hope that's been helpful to you, and I will just come back, stop sharing, and I would love to now hand over to John Burgess, my great colleague John. John, as a personal trainer of over 25 years, I'm feeling like we're all veterans here. So sorry to class you as a veteran, John and Sue, but it's that wealth of knowledge. So here we go, John. I'm going to hand over the floor to you.
Thanks, Emma. Thanks, Sue, as well for such great information so far, and for sharing it in such a great way. So I just want to say a big hello to everybody this afternoon who's joined the webinar, especially to those guests as well that have joined and is hearing this information through us for the first time. So it's great to connect with you. So my background, I'm a personal fitness trainer. By trade for many years now. I started when I was 18. I'm 45 now. So what's that? 27 years nearly. It's been a very interesting journey, and I can relate to Sue as well in the fact that, back in the day for me, kind of early 2002, I burnt out twice as a personal trainer, working all the hours under the sun and the moon, actually, and helping and giving to all my clients and leaving nothing left in the tank for myself. Happened twice, actually. I didn't learn the lesson the first time, but it's never happened since that second time, because thankfully, I invested in courses that started to, where I started to learn about nutrition and health and lifestyle. Some of you may have heard of Paul Chek, Charles Poliquin, Understanding Functional Nutrition More. And when I took on board their information for myself, boy, did it make a difference. Just haven't looked back. So fast forward, I now work as a well-being coach. I'm a professional speaker, so I go into companies and talk about health and well-being topics and help people get well and fulfill their potential. And I run my Nutrition 21-day programs. And I can honestly say, hand on heart, like Sue, like Emma, it's been an absolute game changer. Using that 21-day program has been phenomenal in the impact it's having on people's health. I've now, as of this morning, helped 448 people go through that program. And it's never surprising because I know it's just going to work and be so effective, but it's always a pleasure just to see the transformations people are having in not only their physical health, but their mental well-being as well, as Sue mentioned. So I'd highly recommend exploring that further if you haven't done so, or doing it yourself as well. You know, it's always a great start. So yeah, fast forward, that's what I do now. And thankfully, down to my nutrition programs as well, the last 2 years over COVID, my business carried on as normal online. So I still was able to earn an income. It was very easy for me to pivot my business. And I think it's really important because, yes, I know we're living a much more normal life now, which is fantastic news, but we never know what's around the corner, and it's important that we're prepared for different eventualities. So I'm here to talk a little bit more about quality, and I just want to start by saying, as a personal trainer or whatever it is you do in the fitness industry, you know your reputation is on the line whenever you're recommending either a product or a service. And whatever it is that you recommend is either going to enhance your reputation or it's going to diminish it. It's on the line whenever we recommend anything. So I can hand on heart say that utilizing the programs that you've heard about already and the products as well has absolutely enhanced my reputation, because those 448 people, by the way, like Sue, I've not spent £1 on marketing to find them. They've all been through testimonials and referrals, which is phenomenal. So how do you choose a good supplement? What do you need to look for? Let me share. Not all supplements are made equal. And about 85% of supplements out there on the market they've got synthetic even ingredients. So that might be artificial sweeteners in there, it might be colorings in there, it could be traces of pesticides or heavy metals in there, etc. It's really, really important to get the right quality ingredients. And so it's important to be aware of what to ask for and what to look for. Otherwise, people can be taking supplements, spending money, and just getting expensive urine. But actually, I always say to people, this is the most expensive supplement is the one that doesn't work. The expensive supplements are the ones that don't work. And that's about 80–85% of the ones that people are buying on the supermarkets or certain high street health food stores that buy one and sell. You can buy one and sell one for a penny. There's a reason why they can do that. It's important that also you source a company and products where the company have actually manufactured their own supplements. And this really isn't the case in most cases. Most companies are marketing companies. They've gone and found a manufacturer and then they've stuck their label on it and their name and brand on it. They're not in control of the whole, all of the processes. And that's really, really important. You want to find a nutraceutical company that are passionate about nutrition first and foremost. What else do I need to tell you? Yeah, I think that's it pretty much from that slide there. So the next thing, what to look for, it's all about raw materials. I make no apologies for my passion when I talk about raw materials. You see, so many companies out there are buying food and plants that have had pesticides sprayed on them, fertilizers, there's heavy metal, insect residue, dirt, E. coli, fungus, mold. They don't test for it. They don't test for it. And that will be contaminating their products, whether they realize it or not. And probably more not realize and know what's going on. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, if I'm going to spend money and invest money in my health and taking on board a nutritional supplement, I don't want ingredients that are going to harm my health. Simple as. And I'm sure you don't too, and I'm sure your clients don't either. So it's really important to get into the nitty-gritty and look at, well, what's behind all of these ingredients within a supplement. So the company that you've already heard about, Synergy Worldwide, that both Sue, me and Emma partner with and choose to use, they use organic and wildcrafted ingredients in all of their supplements. But they don't just take the farmer's word for it that it's organic and wildcrafted. They literally test every single batch of food and plants that they buy in for their supplements. Nothing slips through the net. Most companies don't do any testing. Then there's some companies that do what we call skip batch testing. They'll do every 30th batch or at certain points throughout the year. Nothing slips through the net. Every batch gets tested for pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, heavy metals, insect residue, dirt, mold, fungus. The list is endless. That's why they do over 300 different tests to make sure it's pure, clean, that there's nothing in there that would cause harm and be a contaminant. But on the flip side, they're also testing to make sure all the active ingredients are present. So the right part of the plant has been sent to them and used. It's been a good harvest. So all the active ingredients within that plant are present so that it can have the effect it needs to have in the body. So, and whenever you're recommending something, it has to work every time, not just one time and then not the next, and then the next 3 times and not the next. It's playing Russian roulette with our health. Nothing slips through the net. Every batch gets tested. And in fact, organic and wildcrafted suppliers, they're constantly auditing them. And just up to 5% of the farmers that supply them, they will catch 5% of the lots that they're buying in. They'll send back to the farmers at the farmer's expense and say, even though you're an organic supplier, did you know it's contaminated? And they'll go and sell it to somebody else. That's how far they go. So as I cast my list through these points on this slide, because I kind of go off track a little bit from points on the slide, yeah, I think I've covered pretty much all of those things there. So these are also made to pharmaceutical grade. That's the other thing you want to be looking for. This is made to exactly the same standards that medicine is made to. It's not medicine, it's natural ingredients and natural health, but it's made to the same standards that any medicine is made to. That's not because the supplement industry demands that and you have to, it's because they choose to. That says how integral this company is, Synergy Worldwide is. They also have their own science and research lab, which again is really, really unusual in the supplement industry. They have an array of PhDs, doctors, nutritionalists that are testing and formulating the products and actually doing human clinical trials with the products before they launch and getting the blood data from their clients. So they know the synergistic effect and the blend of their formulations are effective on humans, on people before they go to launch. And so, again, that's really kind of unique in this industry that someone's invested, a company invests that heavily into the science because they don't have to. On top of that, they also, because of all of this, they give a 90-day money-back guarantee on all of their products. If someone takes the supplements, the products for 90 days, if they're not satisfied, the company, we will refund either you to refund your customer and client or directly with them if they're buying directly, which you can help them to do. So they're backed by science. They're the most amazing quality I've discovered so far. And it really is because of that that I just get so much joy and pleasure from helping people unlock their potential and live with better health. And so they can do the things they want to do in life. Elite health for me is the ability to do more, see more, and be more. Whatever stage of life someone's at and whatever it is they want to use that health for, whether it's their hobbies, whether it's their work, whether it's their family life, just be the best version that they can be. And like Sue said at the very beginning, this is a key piece of the jigsaw puzzle. Alongside healthy diet, alongside exercise and lifestyle, drinking water, looking after our minds. And it's absolutely one of the keys to unlocking all of those other things and helping them to work even better. So thank you, Emma, for inviting me up to share that now. And I hope everybody listening, you found that useful information. So before I hand back over to Emma, I'd just like to invite up a guest now, because You know, you've heard from me, Sue and Emma, and you've heard our stories. You've heard about how effective we found these programs and products to be. But I want you to hear from other fitness professionals, and one of those is Ulrika Almqvist. I know you so well, and I find it difficult to pronounce your name because I just never use your surname very often, Ulrika. So if you could unmute, that would be amazing. And Ulrika's a Pilates instructor, health coach, and fitness coach as well, group exercise coach up in the wonderful Mansfield area. Ulrika, are you muted?
Yes, I am, John. Thank you for that lovely introduction and superb pronunciation of my surname. 5 stars for that. So yeah, thank you so much for all your knowledge. And this is what I'd like to share. What the main thing for me, the first thing really. Obviously, I've been working with the programs for a number of years now. But is the knowledge and the training that the company shares, the people. The scientists, doctors, nutritionists that you can actually speak to them one-to-one, and you gain all their knowledge and all the training, and that's all for free. So I feel I've learned so much over the years about gut health and obviously the microbiome and health in general, which then I've been able to give that information and share that information with my clients, which is, it's so rewarding. It really is so rewarding. There's never a time where I go onto a results call and I'm not excited to talk to that person, because I can see it in their eyes. I know, obviously I've kept in touch with them. I know the changes they've been going through, but they might not been able to lose weight, and they go through the 21-day Purify plan and they are amazed that they're actually naturally managing to lose weight. And lots of other health conditions, bloating is a big problem. They've got no energy, but you can just see that up and go in them. And they're just so excited and sometimes surprised of all the changes. But it's so rewarding to see all those changes in people. And I think the real shift in their mindset of how to look after themselves and what they're actually putting into the system. And of course, with that, also some financial rewards, which have meant a lot to me and my family.
That's good timing.
She's at home with COVID today, bless her. But yeah, I know I've got to keep it short. So, but yeah, it's meant. It started as a side hustle. It was just something on the side with my classes, and now this has become like the main part of my business. So I teach classes on the side now, and obviously the financial side of things, the financial rewards is reflecting that as well. So in a year's time, I have tripled my income with introducing these products to my clients, and it's just being able to give them an overall solution, health solution, and seeing those results is just amazing. Go on, John, you want to ask me something?
And Ulrika, very quickly, I know you talk about the income and how it's been so helpful. Are you happy just to share how much from an income perspective this has given you in addition to your classes? Just because I know you tracked it.
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was just over £5,000 the year before last, and last year it was just over 14,000. So huge difference in a year.
No wonder Scarlett's looking so happy behind you there and climbing away. So, Ulrika, thank you so much for sharing your story, and I know it's inspiring. You're inspiring, and appreciate you sharing. So with that, I'm going to hand back to Emma. Over to you.
Great, thanks, John. Thank you, Ulrika, for sharing your experience with Synergy. And I would just like to bring also Morag. Morag, are you here as well? Morag is a GB triathlete using the products in business-wise and also for her sports performance. So I'll hand over to you, Morag. Thank you for being here.
No worries, Emma. Thank you for asking me. So I've been in the health and fitness industry, I feel like I sound like you guys actually, for about the last 20 years in some form or other. So I'm predominantly a sports massage therapist, I'm a craniosacral therapist, and now I'm also a health coach. And like you said, I'm big into my sport. It does take a lot of my time. I represent GB as an age group triathlete, which means I'm good for age. And I'm also a triathlon coach. And I've always kept myself fit because really my driving force for that was never to become fat. So that was kind of what kept me going. I'm also a previous corporate girl, and like similar stories to Sue and John, I burned out as well. I burned out in the corporate world in my early 30s. I lived through a 2-year period of chronic fatigue. which when I look back turned out to be the most amazing opportunity to actually turn my life and my health around. And I got the opportunity to stop being the toxic waste dump that I'd become with the way that I was eating and drinking and living my life. So I changed my diet back then in a big way, not via Purify because it wasn't around then, but I so wish that it had been. I have now done the 21-day Purify system that we've heard about today with some astounding results. And because I now live and breathe health and fitness, I joined Synergy 6 months ago as a distributor. Really because, well, for many reasons. One, as a massage therapist, I was definitely doing that trading time for money thing. I wanted to earn more money, but I couldn't unless I wanted to physically exert myself even more, which really wasn't an option because no way was I going back to burnout. So how could I make more money? Because also, you know, something else that John said earlier, you know, your reputation is on the line. And I wanted to bring something to my clients that I tried and tested for myself, that I knew worked for me, that I knew the behind the scenes quality of everything that I offered, because I also don't recommend any osteopaths or any other body workers to my clients unless I've tested them out for myself. So I really, I've gotten all of my business via my reputation. So I wasn't about to offer anything that was substandard in my eyes to my clients. So I talk to my massage clients in particular, when they come in, say with an injury, I talk to them a lot about their gut microbiome and some of the supplements that they might now introduce to their diet to help them improve and speed up their recovery. And that's, like I said, I've only been in Synergy for 6 months, and you know, I'm now starting to see the benefits of what my clients have been doing from that too. I'm particularly interested, because I'm an athlete myself, I'm interested in the health and performance of endurance athletes, of other triathletes. And because I'm finding that a lot of us actually got into it, probably because we're a type of personality where we're competitive, but also to be able to train so that we can eat what we like. And that was certainly one of my driving forces right at the beginning. But training to eat what you like doesn't necessarily mean that you're a healthy person, doesn't necessarily mean that your gut microbiome is in great shape, because mine wasn't, and then I ended up in trouble. So I'm in the process also of re-educating the eating habits and also the beliefs. You know, I think there's a lot of mindset shifts that have to happen with this too. So the beliefs of athletes and how they approach their nutrition so that they can perform better. So I really want to, I really feel inspired by, was it Ulrika, who just spoke, really inspired by her story of trebling her income and no longer doing so much of the trading time for money thing. So I'm, you know, very inspired by that too. And that's my story so far. So back to you, Emma.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you, Morag, for sharing your experiences. It's always great to hear how athletes are supporting their health and well-being, and it's great to hear your story. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I have a few questions for you just before we wrap up. Are you still exchanging time for money, seeing clients face-to-face on a one-to-one basis? You know, have you spread your risks sufficiently to prepare for the next curveball? I think we all agree that the last 2 years have required us to pivot in our businesses and find new ways of working and not have all our eggs in one basket. Do you have the personal growth and mindset support you need to grow your business and create the life of your dreams? That is what we have with Synergy Worldwide, programs backed by science that easily fit into any health and well-being business to get our clients better results. Creating change in your business requires a different approach, and working with Synergy is a self-development program wrapped around an amazing and phenomenal products and programs. It reignites your passion for the wellbeing industry and raises your profile as the go-to expert in your field. So if anything here in this webinar has sparked your interest, I'd encourage you to go back to the person who invited you to this webinar today and have a conversation with them, and to understand how you can straight away start implementing the gut health program and My Genetic Body into your current business. So thank you so much, everyone. I think we've just completed it almost in the hour. So thank you so much for your time today. Have a great afternoon, and don't forget to go back to the person who introduced you to this webinar. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.